Imagine this. You're in ancient Rome, standing in a crowded forum, the sun beating down as the people around you cheer, jeer, and whisper in anticipation. Suddenly, a hooded man steps forward, wielding a blood-stained axe. The condemned man kneels. One swift motion, thud, the crowd erupts. Who was this hooded man? A monster? A necessary evil? Or something even darker? Welcome to the world of the Carnifex, Rome's executioners. Their story is one of blood, power, and a chilling social curse that followed them beyond death. But were they really as terrifying as history claims? Or did the Romans just love a good villain? Let's find out. The word Carnifex literally means butcher. And that's exactly what these men were: executioners, torturers, and enforcers of Roman justice. But here's the twist. They weren't just killers. In Rome, executions weren't about justice. They were about entertainment and control. Crucifixions, beheadings, being thrown to wild beasts. These weren't just punishments, they were performances designed to terrify the masses into obedience. But here's where things get weird. The Carnifex wasn't just feared, he was hated. Not just by criminals, but by everyone. Even the lowest Roman citizen would rather shake hands with a sewer rat than stand next to an executioner. Why? Because touching a Carnifex was considered unclean. They were social outcasts, banned from public baths, temples, and even taverns. Imagine being the most feared person in Rome, but no one would even sell you a drink. But if everyone despised them, who in their right mind would choose to become an executioner? Well, they didn't. The job was usually forced upon slaves, freedmen, or even criminals who had no other choice. It was a dirty, brutal job, but for some, it was a twisted form of social mobility. And the perks? Let's just say they got creative with their work. There are rumors that some executioners would intentionally botch beheadings, taking multiple swings just to make the crowd gasp in horror. Others, according to some very questionable sources, might have taken souvenirs from their victims, because nothing says "job well done" like a collection of human ears. Even more bizarre? Some historians suggest that executioners couldn't die by execution themselves. Meaning, if a Carnifex was caught committing a crime, the Romans had to get real creative with their punishments. But perhaps the biggest irony? The Roman elite despised the Carnifex, yet needed him to maintain order. And let's be honest, some of Rome's rulers were way more bloodthirsty than the executioners themselves. Take Emperor Nero, for example. This guy didn't just order executions, he enjoyed them. He allegedly disguised himself and snuck into the streets at night to watch people get tortured. Talk about a micromanaging boss. And then there's Caligula. Oh boy, if there was an Olympic event for being a psychopath, this dude would take home gold. He reportedly forced fathers to watch their own sons get executed, just for fun. So, was the Carnifex the real villain? Or was he just a necessary cog in Rome's brutal machine? In the end, the executioners of Rome weren't just agents of death, they were symbols of power, fear, and the dark side of civilization itself. They lived in the shadows, did the dirty work, and paid the ultimate price, being cursed by the very society they served. It makes you wonder, who really held the power in ancient Rome? The emperors who gave the orders, or the men who swung the axe? And let's be real, if you had to pick a historical job, you'd probably still take gladiator over executioner. At least gladiators had a chance at fame. So next time you think of Rome's grand legacy, remember this: behind every great empire, there's someone holding the axe. Would you survive as an executioner in ancient Rome? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more interesting history facts.